All right, here we go. BullRing Banter Podcast, Pit Chatter Media, Race22.com network. I went through that one a little better than I did previously. This is the BullRing Banter Podcast, all about the Ararat BullRing in Ararat, Virginia, and that place is coming back to life. Little by little, moving a little dirt here, moving a little dirt there, picking up some rocks, cleaning up the place, got some stuff done down there this week. But let me introduce you. I don't have to introduce you. She's been here for every episode. And my wife, Kimberly, she's here as quote unquote co-host. Well, at least until I fire her. Anyway, she couldn't get that lucky though, so that's not going to happen. And Kim, thank you for spending your Monday night sitting around talking about Ararat with me.
I would be down watching, dirt racing. I've been getting the itch to, be racing already. But thank you for, introducing me again and I guess having me back for a co-host. Even though, I'm starting to kind of like being your co-host because I actually do a little research, something, I can actually get into.
Well, I can't wait to hear about all your research here in just a minute. So we'll talk about your research and what you've learned this week. So.
Okay, I'm ready for you.
I'm not sure I'm ready for me. Anyways, so this last week since the last podcast, we've not got a lot accomplished, but got a little bit accomplished. And with this thing, with what we're trying to do right now, there's a lot of work at the racetrack that needs to be done, but there's a crap load of work that needs to be done in the home office, talking on the phone, texting, emailing, all that good stuff. And also been working on trying to get this set up where we can go live with the podcast, maybe in the next couple of weeks.
Man, that went real good. Our test run.
Whoa. Okay. Just don't be throwing me under the bus here, okay? Producer Langley Austin, promoter Langley Austin, podcast host Langley Austin. Well, producer Langley Austin didn't do too good today. So we're not going to talk about that. That was a big epic failure. But
we had fun trying.
We'll figure it out. So we did a lot of work in the office here. Anyways. Just didn't make any sense. But anyways, so a lot of things trying to get ready. We put out, yesterday about the staff meeting, or it's not really a meeting necessarily, just we want to meet you. You come, you want to be a part of the staff, you come, talk to us, let's get this done. We got to set the whole staff. As of today, technically I've not hired a single soul. So... And, when I tell people that, they go, well, what have you been doing? And, well, I've been intentionally not doing that.
Does that mean I have a chance of not being hired?
Nah.
Oh.
You're automatically a part of it, whether you like it or not.
Well, I love it, so I'm kind of glad.
I may fire you from a job so I can move you to another job. But, when I do that, usually you don't like the next job as much as you like the previous job. So only once has it worked out for you, and that'll probably never happen again. So.
They just keep getting harder and harder, and I'm like, goodness, you just want me to just run the whole place for you?
Listen, I'd like to move you up to promoter. I will give you my phone. You don't even have to have them call your phone. I'll just give you mine, and you take over all that.
Next on my list is to be a pack car driver.
Oh, God.
And
Get
then I want to be a race director for one race. I've been longing to be a race director for a long time. Just one race.
We're about to end the whole season and ain't even got it started yet. Anyways, speaking of the season, sent out racer survey to some racers today. Hadn't had a ton of them get with me, but hey, if you're racing at Ararat, send me a message, send the page a message, text 276-613-4228. That's my phone number, and I will send you a link to our survey, and it's just a survey about things that racers want or what you need this season, and just it's given me a lot of information, a lot of feedback. That's what I need of the 15 or 20 responses I've had so far. A lot of interesting feedback. Things maybe going different ways than I anticipated in the questions, but that's okay. That's perfect because that tells me what you guys are thinking.
It's pretty cool just to get the guys involved, you know?
It is. I liked it, man. That's one thing that I think these people, probably have already seen and understand is I do things a totally different way than everybody else. I'm not your, hands-on, I'm not down there running the grader and, doing those things like, most of the people that, take over dirt tracks. I've got to rely on somebody else for that, which can be good and bad. Luckily, Gary Nestor, great help, and, looking forward to that. And we've had some people down there helping us and got some more people coming in this week. So hopefully we'll get all that up and running, get the power flipped back on in all the buildings and get the water turned on and get to where we can clean and get things ready and paint and do all those things, and the track's being worked on and all those things. So hopefully good weather this week, and we'll get that before the week's over with.
I just want to be thankful that you have to rely on other people to prep the track and do that, because I'd be sort of scared if I rolled up and like you were out there manually working,
Appreciate that.
I mean, you do spray weeds. I will give you credit.
Thanks. I'm getting ready to do that too. I took my weed sprayer and my golf cart and all my stuff down there. I got to go get my weed eater, but everything else, I'm ready for the weeds. So. Ready to go tackle those weeds and get those things under control. That is my number one priority, outside of, everything else. So,
that's your number one manual labor priority.
You let me get 6.5 minutes in before I remembered to talk about my sponsors. On the read through before we started, so I made sure that we sounded good. Man, I did great. Opened up, got that out, and did great. But here we go. I'm slacking. Anyways, today's episode brought to you by Buffalo Mountain Motorsports. They're a used car dealer, power sports, ATVs, side-by-sides, dirt bikes, accessories, you name it, they got it, up in Willis, Virginia. Be sure to check them out, Buffalo Mountain Motorsports, BMM Used Cars, and they are much more than just used cars, but check them out and you'll find out exactly what they are and what they're all about. And be sure to buy something from them. That's a local racer, Rob Favor, who's going to be racing with us this season. Got several cars coming in some different divisions and some different racers with them. And so we'll have all that, with us this year, all them guys. And Buffalo Mountain Motorsports will have a big presence at Ararat BullRing this year. Going to have a lot of, I said this on a previous episode, we're going to have a lot of bulls and a lot of buffaloes down there. It's going to be an interesting place. I mean, we get a couple more animals in there, we'll be like a dang zoo. So, anyways, one cool thing, we've been, let's see, just over a month. We've had our Facebook up. It's hard to think that, we're less than 2 months into even doing this. I mean, so much has transpired in the last 6 weeks. We got 1,000+ followers already on Facebook. We're going to start ramping up those other social media platforms here soon. I know I say that every episode, and it hadn't happened yet, but it's going to. Speaking of Buffalo Mountain Motorsports, was talking about a minute ago, they are going to be the title sponsor of the late model division. I don't think I've said that on here before, but they are the title sponsor of the late model division, the Buffalo Mountain Motorsports late models, every week when they race with us. So that's cool. Rob's been a big help, man. We've been super blessed. There's a lot of people. I mean, I've mentioned some of them on here, and I'm going to continue to mention them on here. A lot of people that are really jumping in and helping us out and getting this place going, and we're going to do the best job we can of making you guys proud of it. Modified division sponsor, locked it in today. I'll tell you guys about it on the next episode, and we'll have stuff coming out about that. Another one of our premier partners signing up. Let's see, update on the cleanup workday, situation. I'm trying to, get the track in shape before we get started on that, tackling that, because there's a lot of other things, but I need that track ready. I'm thinking that it'll be ready by the end of this weekend, and then maybe next Saturday, so the 22nd, maybe we can make that our work day, maybe 22nd, 23rd, whatever it is. Get to make that our work day and get that done. Excited about that. Definitely got to get some people in there, get some painting done, get some weed eating done. I'm going to spray the weeds. Got a bunch of stuff. I'd like to, I have some very advantageous ideas about things that I want to do there. and they're a lot more work than I like to put in. So we'll see how much of that gets done.
It's not all going to come together day one.
No.
I don't foresee us going in race one and everything looking absolutely pristine. But
I hope it does.
Well, I do too, because I can see what it's supposed to look like when I ride in there.
I'm going to crack the whip on you and see how much work we can get done. So.
I got the cleaning. I'll help you paint. I will motor grade that track if you let me.
Oh, my God. We're not letting you. You're not touching the track, okay? You stay away from the track.
If you need help, I'm there to help you.
Yeah. We'll put you in the motor grader next week and let you fix the road or something just so you can feel like you did something.
That's exciting.
Anyways, don't know if I talked about it on the last episode or not, but Jimmy Watson, previous promoter there, he's helping us out with the water truck. We'll be hooked up with that and have that thing rocking and rolling, hopefully by sometime next week. Fingers crossed. We'll have that thing up and going, get the tank put back on it, and get everything hooked up and get it full of water and, spray the old girl down and start getting her ready. So hopefully that's all coming together here in the next couple of weeks. I think I've mentioned this before, but I don't know because I haven't went back and listened, recently. And I'm gonna be 43 in April, and I don't remember the things that I don't remember things like I used to remember things. So, but shooting for having some practices earlier than our anticipated April 19th date. Hoping to get some practices in before then because I know you guys want it and I know we need it. We need that run through. We need those practices so we can practice ourselves. It's a practice run for us and getting to know people more too. So looking forward to that.
I think we did run, through that. I think we did mention having practices before we initially said, but absolutely we need all the practice, run throughs we can get.
For sure. We got plenty to get used to there.
And I know you guys need the practice with your cars.
Oh yeah. Well, and if you have 3 or 4 practices, you'll have some people that'll make it to the first one that can't make it to other ones, and you'll have other people that can make it to more of them, and then just it gives you some options and some track time and availability. And if you have any problems, you can always come back and stuff like that. So speaking of that, maybe since you finally started cleaning up the transponders this week, I finally got you to do something, Ararat related this week. So maybe we can have some transponders if people need to rent them and, make sure we're up and running and got all that for practice.
My fingertips are still feel like they're falling off.
Yeah.
Cleaning up those transponders and I had posted a photo of it on Facebook and somebody said, you're going to be cleaning those a whole lot more going to dirt now. I enjoy it. I enjoy, when we hand out the transponders, they look good. They look clean. I like to have them assigned, to drivers. Yeah. And you guys will learn that, we have a way that we like to do things. We're extremely laid back, but we like to look good. We like our stuff to be extremely
all right, don't oversell it in case we look like crap at first place.
Okay. So our transponders look like crap.
But, transponders, a lot of guys have theirs. So dirt guys, there's going to be a lot of guys that have those, but there's going to be a lot of people who don't. There's a lot of new racers and a lot of people say, hey, if you don't have a transponder, we'll rent it to you. It ain't no big deal. I've got, 93 of them. 93 of them, somewhere in that neighborhood. I think 90 of them is what we got. I think we lost 3 of them.
Have no idea how that happened.
Yeah. That's because of all that organization you got going on over there.
They looked good while they were doing it.
Yeah, for sure. This might be a little, shorter episode. I don't know if I said that in the beginning, but we've just had so much going on, so much, here, we've got the Pit Chatter. I do the Pit Chatter podcast with Noah Henchy, so we'll do it live. Well, by the time you hear this, it'll be live tonight. But we do it live. We're going to start doing it live fairly regularly. Sometimes we won't, but fairly regularly we're going to be live. And that's what we want to do with this one, too. We want to start getting live and getting guests and, getting everybody on camera and, just letting you get in the chat and talk to us and, talk to us about the races and talk to us about what's going on and talk to us about, show us your car and, all those things. And we got, hopefully I can fix my computer and whatever I got going on here and, make that happen for the next episode, figure out exactly what went wrong and get us dialed in. Hopefully I'm dialed in for tomorrow's episode, with Noah. I mean, the way tonight went, I might have to go, figure something out tomorrow. So
if you need to borrow mine, you can borrow my Surface.
Wow. Thanks. Anyways, so tell us about all this research you've been doing. I'm interested to. I think I'm interested to hear about all this.
Oh, you've got to be interested.
Yeah.
I've just a lot of doing research in today's world is YouTube is an incredible place.
All right, so you just been watching races. Is that what you've been doing?
No, it's research.
Yeah. So what specifically have you learned from your research?
Well, I learned that Harris Speedway has an incredible Crown Vic division.
They have pretty much an incredible division in almost every day. I was looking through their results, and speaking of, there's some good races going on this past weekend around
Yes,
North
there was.
Carolina. But Harris was one of them, and they do have a great Crown Vic division, but they have a great Thunder Bombers division, I think, and they got a couple other divisions with some good car counts, and hopefully we can grow the Crown Vics and all of our divisions into some high car count divisions. It's going to take time, and it's going to be a building process, and people are going to have to ride with us for a little while. You know what I mean? And I'm not talking about us, making mistakes or anything like that. It's just, we're starting from ground zero here. You know what I mean? Yes, the racetrack's been there for 18 years, but it ain't ran in 3 years, and there's a reason all the racetracks around us are shut down. It's because they had a plan and it didn't work out.
They did as good a job as they could do for as long as they could seem fit.
I think the biggest thing is it's a great quote from Mike Tyson. Everybody has a plan until you get punched in the mouth, and I think that's what's happened at these racetracks is they went in with these grand plans and they got punched in the mouth. Well, we're going in with basic. We're at the bottom base. Everything we do, our purses are base. You know what I mean? We're going to start somewhere, and we're going to build from there. So if you don't like our purses on night one, just hang out. You know what I mean? We're going to figure this out and try to get there. You know what I mean? And the more sponsorship and the more things that we can put together, the more we can grow that. And the better crowds.
Please don't come night one thinking, it's going to be the Taj Mahal racing. I promise that we're not going to be.
And not from a standpoint of, visual or anything else. I mean, it's not going to be a perfect scenario there, but we're going to figure it all out, and we're going to get there.
We're going to learn.
And I think the racers, the one thing that I've gathered from talking to all the racers is they want to see the place open, so they're willing to take the ride with us. I'm not going in here looking to make $1 million, but I ain't going in here looking to lose any money. So I'm going to do things the smart way and try to build something out as we go. And
to be fair to everybody, we don't want you to pay $1 million to come in the gate and spend another $1 million, on your food and your transponders and whatever else you have to buy that night. We want it to be just as affordable for you guys, but at the same time, we're not going to lose money.
Speaking of food, man, talk to you a little bit about, the plans for the food. But, man, we've got a lot of work to do there. Not necessarily in the concession getting it ready or nothing. I mean, it needs a good cleaning, but other than that, I mean, it's pretty well good to go. But we want to try to have. I want people when they come there, I want them to go, man, I had a great hot dog, and man, it didn't cost me that much, or I had a great hamburger, and man, I didn't spend that much. And I think that's important because we're going to sell a pit pass for what we got to sell a pit pass for, which is $30. I mean, that's our plan. $30. Most races, touring series, be a little different, things, But we're gonna sell a pit pass for what we can sell a pit pass for and make it work for you guys. Whatever our purse is, which I haven't started working on them yet, but I know that they're not going to be, they're not going to be the biggest purses in the world, and we're not going to start out and people are not going to come there and go, dang, I made more money here than I've made anywhere else. But that's not going to happen night one. Maybe not year one. But the food, I want people to leave there and go, man, that food was pretty good. And you know what? It was really cheap. My goal is to sell everything at a reasonable rate. And we all know reasonable rates have kind of changed here. You go to McDonald's and it's, $15 for a freaking, Big Mac, meal. I mean, it's insane.
I take the two girls to McDonald's and it's a good $25 just, eating off the McValue meal.
I mean, I hear you. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, so we're going to try to do everything, as cheap as possible for you guys. I don't care if we make a whole lot of money off of concessions. I'd like to sell you good food and for you to think, man, when you're on the way to the track, think, I ain't got to stop nowhere and get nothing to eat because they got great food over here.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Yes, I want it to be affordable for you guys, but I want you to be thinking on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, man, I got to get me a cheese fry. I got to get me, one of those hot dogs. I want you to, I want it to be great food.
Yep, for sure. And, if there's any menu items, if you're listening to this, if there's any menu items out there that you'd like to see on the menu, I mean, we're going to do the hamburgers, the hot dogs, the fries, cheese fries, bologna burgers, all the basics. But I know people like walking tacos. I think that's a great thing to have, on the menu.
And it's simple.
It is very simple. And so I think it's a great thing to have on the menu, and I think it's something that we can do. But I'm thinking about, I don't know about pulled pork, pulled chicken sandwich with bacon or, whatever, and maybe some good slaw. And, we're working on it. I'm going to get with Mount Airy Meat Center here shortly and, get dialed in, with them and try to work with them this year if we can. And try to get the concessions up and rolling because I think that's important. And every aspect's important. And I think that's the one thing that, I have people message me every day, well, how's the track look? The track looks like dirt, okay? It's going to look great by the time we get going, okay? But it looks like dirt. And right now it looks like dirt with ruts in it because it's rained and it's sat there for 3 years. And there's some of it we've already moved, but we're nowhere near done, okay? We're nowhere even in the ballpark of being done.
And when you show up on race day, it's still going to look just like dirt.
Well, but it's going to look good, okay, on race day. But, the things people don't think about are the concessions. They don't think about, all the rest of the things that have to be put together, I've got a bunch of stuff I've got, printing right now. I've got merch. We've talked about the merch in the past. We're getting ready to launch the merch online, and then we'll have it, at the track with us. Going to have a bunch of that. Bunch of different designs. I'm waiting on one, kid's design right now. I want to have, everything lined up. And I don't want nobody to take this the wrong way. Yes, the dirt is important. And yes, we're going to get it right. But it is right now, it is no more important than all the other things we like. Today, I was talking to the guy that I get my trophies from. I want to have badass trophies, okay? So I got to get them done right now. I got, 6 weeks to the race, but I need to get them done right now. So that, I'd like to, in the next 2 weeks, I'd like to have them done and have pictures of them out there so you know what you're racing for. Because let's just be honest. Whether the race, let's take, any division, whether it pays $5, $500, or $5,000, all that money, you're going to spend it right back into that race car. But that trophy, if it's one of those little post trophies, you'll keep it around for a while until it falls apart or it falls down and breaks. And these may fall down and break, but they're going to be cool, and you're going to look at them, and you're going to instantly know, oh, that was this race and this time, and you remember that race, and you can talk about it. Whereas those other trophies, they're just generic. We don't do generic. I don't like generic.
Or you might keep it in your garage, and you have your buddies come in. Oh, man, look at that trophy right
100%. There. We have a different way of doing things than a lot of other people, and we're working on, I want every race to feel like it was a big race to you, the racer, to the fan, too, because I want it to feel good. Like I've got to put out a feeler this week, looking for a band to play for the first race. I don't know if I've said that on here before.
I think you've mentioned it.
I'm looking for a band to play the first race. Like to get them in there, about the time, things get rolling, let them play for a couple of hours, and then, roll on with the racing. You know what I mean? So we got a lot. There's a lot going on. So when you ask about how the track looks like dirt. Okay? I mean, it looks like dirt. And it's going to look like good dirt. Good red clay. Nice and watered by the time we get there to practice and to race.
I could take that back to the research I've been doing this week, that you don't consider research.
Here we go.
But I've been looking at different dirt tracks to see how their dirt looks, how the track looks before they start, how dusty it gets, And I think those are all important things. And you've got your hands full doing, the social media, the website, the merch. You've just got your hands in everything, all the drivers calling, texting, dealing with the people at the race, trying to get a little dirt moved, for lack of better words.
Yeah.
But, I sit and I watch, these videos, and I'm like, okay, what did they do to get their dirt to look like that?
Yeah.
And I can go back and I can tell you, well, hey, look at this video and check this out. Now, speaking of, let's not get back off topic. We'll keep going with my research. I was watching, juice box racers last night. How
did the track get dusty while they were running?
No, but it did get quite interesting. Had kids running into each other and spinning them out, but
that's awesome.
But like Beckley Motor Speedway has a track just out in the center. For the juice box racers, which I think is a fantastic idea.
Oh, I do too. That's kind of what I want to do. When we do it, and how we're going to do that, and how it's going to work out. I'll got to figure all those details out as we get there. But I do like that for sure.
And like I was watching, Lord knows where this video was, but they were doing juice box races on a drag strip where they just went straight, so you could do them just on the front straightaway.
Yeah. But what's the fun in that?
If
you can't turn left, you can't have fun. I mean, what are we doing?
You got to turn right to go left.
Oh God, get off! You've done watched too many stupid movies.
Okay, back to my research. Let's not get off topic again.
Paul Newman didn't know nothing.
He was the greatest. I was also watching, I'm into entertainment. Yes, I want to see the best races. But at the same time, I think that we have to have different things to be able to keep people interested, bring different types of people in. I was watching Rednecks with Paychecks, which is if you've never watched a video on YouTube, I suggest you go find one. We were watching the downhill Barbie racers.
Yeah.
And I mean,
hey, we got the perfect hill for it there in the parking area. Okay?
Right.
Holy smokes.
How many of our guys down there is like, man, I want to give that a shot.
Oh, yeah. And listen, there'll be plenty of rednecks around. For
little
sure.
12-volt, 24-volt cars, they just get out there and have a good old time.
No, those don't run. Their cars don't run. They push them off.
Well, the hill we got there, we could push them off.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah.
I was also watching, I don't know where the track was, but they had a trailer race.
Yeah, we can't do that.
Figure eight racing?
Yes, figure eight maybe. Can you imagine trying to clean that dirt up after get all those pieces of those trailers out there? Yeah, that's not, no.
Okay.
Great research for asphalt racing over there.
They did this on dirt.
No. That was an asphalt race.
I swear it was dirt.
You've been smoking crack, okay?
But the one guy had porta-johns on the back of his.
Yeah.
I mean, we could do that. We could have a porta-john race.
Yeah. And put somebody in them. And
now that would be incredible. Just
see who's got guts enough to stay in them long.
Just looking up different ideas to keep, fans entertained. That's people just want a good show.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to let you focus on that. And I am focused on that. Don't get me wrong. But
100%.
My focus until we get 2 or 3 races in is perfecting the product and getting everything right there. And then once we do that, let's go balls to the wall. Like, I think our 4th event of the year is going to be, a flagpole race and enduros and flagpole race. And, we're going to add streetcar drag racing for that day. And
I can't tell you how excited I am to have streetcar drags.
Yeah, my buddy Rob Staley, who listens to the show, he's from Danville. Well, he's actually not from Danville, but he lives in Danville, and he goes to races everywhere, and he loves Ararat. And he told me, because I didn't know if we could do it. I think we talked about it on a couple episodes ago, 2 or 3 episodes ago, and he said, "Oh yeah, they used to do them at Oak Level." All right, check mark, we're in. Bring you streetcars.
I just think that
make sure your insurance is up to date.
I've never seen it on dirt in person, and I think it would be a hell of a show.
Yeah, I mean, in all your research, you think you would have researched and found a YouTube video of that. So.
I was pretty stuck on Barbie racing last night.
Yeah, we can tell. Barbie downhill racing and juice boxes. You've got those 2 divisions covered, okay?
Look,
and driving the damn pack car. Okay, you've got that covered.
I still ain't found me a pack car.
Yeah, well, that one you sent me the other day is a pretty good deal. I need to go talk to him. I ain't had time.
I found another one or 2.
Yeah, that one, but a Crown Vic would be perfect for that.
Oh yes, I found an old Cadillac the other day.
Oh yeah, that'd be good too.
And I'm like, man,
any big old car,
Yes.
That one said it wasn't even running on all 8 cylinders. I mean, it's a perfect car for you. Maybe you hit the wall a little slower. So.
Oh no, I don't have to have 8 cylinders. Give me 3.
Yeah, well, Yeah, you're right.
Just
You're
give me something to wind up a little bit.
Jesus. I mean, we get sound effects on here at all. What in the hell is going on?
I'm just excited for the season. I really am. It's a whole new
Me too.
venture.
Me too. All right, so before we get done here, we got a couple more minutes to wind this thing up. Before we get done here, we are going to be working on the track Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday this weekend, probably. So hopefully, and I'm not asking you to come out because if you don't have equipment, I don't need you out there telling us what we're doing or how we're doing it or anything else.
But if you'd like to stop by and say hi, please
100%,
do.
100%. But that is at the bottom of the list there. Okay, I got people that need to get work done, and hopefully between Thursday and Sunday of this weekend, we're going to get a bunch of work done. We're getting the parking lot squared up because more comments. I've had more comments and more messages from fans that have been like, hey, I hope you do a better job of taking care of the parking lot and the road getting in than the previous people. Which, I can tell you from going down there, that road's a little rough from time to time, and that parking lot was absolute crap.
When I got out of the car the last time we went, I was a little afraid to walk down that hill because I didn't know if I was going to step in a hole as tall as me. And
I mean, every 3 or 4 steps you like to fall anyway. So, you're probably on point not doing that. But I think Gary's going to bush hog that lot this week. If he hadn't did it already, he might have done it today. And Andrew Langford of Andrew's Mowing and Landscaping, who's a big supporter, big sponsor of ours for this year, he is going to try to get that dialed in this weekend, get kind of the ruts out of there, and get just get us back to a point to where we can use it and it's in good shape. And we're going to try during the season to try to keep it in good shape. And I'd love to for somebody out there that got a gravel company or quarry or whatever, if you donate some gravel, help us put them on the road there, that'd be fantastic. I got 2 or 3 different spots that we could go in and need 2 or 3 loads of gravel where we can put them in there and just get things back in better shape. And I ain't broke, but I ain't looking to spend every dollar I got trying to fix the place. And that's why I say, if you got somebody out there that wants to donate that, hey, we'll blow you up, we'll put your sponsorship out there, and put your name out there to everybody and do that. So, and that's what this is all about. If you got anything that can be helpful to us, hit us up. I'm a trade out kind of guy. I like trading things, anything I can do, trade out sponsorships. I love to do that. That's better than money 9 times out of 10. So, I mean, I like money. I like green money. Okay, I like any green. I don't like them. I don't like them ones that jingle. I like them ones that fold. So, But anyways, so anything you got, whether you want to spend some sponsorship money with us or you want, give us something. I need some wood. I need like 2x6s, 2x4s, different things. Got some of the grandstands to replace, and most of them are aluminum, so we ain't got a lot, but. I think there's 200 or so seats that are wood, and some of them need to be replaced. Not many, but like the walk out to the flag stand is pretty rough shape. I'm a big boy, and I could feel it giving up on me a little bit. I had to stay close to them nails, so I didn't hurt myself out there.
I didn't even attempt it.
I did fall through a dock one time.
Oh my gosh.
And I wouldn't even have, I was a whole lot smaller back then. So, it's one of those things. But, it's easy to do, if the wood ain't good, so we're going to try to take care of that. Got to get that under control and get going here. So got a lot going on. Ain't got a lot done, 100%, but got a lot of things in the works. Hopefully next couple weeks have the trophies, where people can see what they're going to be winning in the first race. I mean, I like our bull. I think it's going to stand out. I think the trophy for the first race, it's the running of the bulls. It's opening night, at the Ararat BullRing.
He's very
bold. It's our first one. Yep. Our bull's ripped too. He's jacked. He's got a lot of muscles.
Oh, he's hot for a bull.
Yeah. He's right sexy. So, I gotta find me somebody to wear a costume that looks like that. So.
We gotta name him.
Yeah, we do need to name the bull. So, if you got an idea of what to name the bull, if you're listening by this point, I mean, we're already 35 minutes in on what we said was going to be a short show. So. Anyways, I guess that'll do it for this week's episode of the Pit Chatter Podcast, unless you got anything else.
Nope. We just got to find us a pack car And we got to name our sexy bull.
Okay, so if you got a pack car out there, I'm even more interested in that. You got a pack car out there sitting in the yard, something. Hey, I need that. I'll keep my wife away from driving it so it don't get tore up. So,
but I will be painting it pink.
Yeah, Jesus,
bright pink.
Ignorance. All right, that is episode 4, BullRing Banter Podcast for the Ararat BullRing. We'll be back next week with episode 5. Until then, we'll see you.